Yo, what is up? I hope you're doing well. If you don't know me, my name is Ishan, and welcome to the video. Today's topic or today's theme is going to be that the external world around us, the 3D world around us, the material world, is a reflection of our inner world and what we feel about ourselves, towards ourselves, and how we act in this material world. It has been about a month since I posted last, and there were so many different times during the past 4 weeks that I wanted to just start the camera, record a couple videos, but it just didn't come to be. And I'm slowly coming to this realization of it's really not about the quantity. Like, why do I need to make one video a week or like this specific metric? Because I learned that from YouTubers in the past that that's what you do to stay consistent and build a following. But that's not really the goal, is it? So that was out the window right away. The next thought then comes up is having a consistent schedule is good because it keeps a good track of my progress. That I have to agree with. However, it doesn't have to be on a frequency that's defined by best practice content, best practices for content creation, because really the goal of these videos is to track my thoughts, perceptions, feelings in a particular moment from what I'm experiencing, deriving learnings from it so my future self can also come back to this and learn. And I'll give you a very good example in a few minutes of how this plays out and how it's so important for me. But the reason why today's topic of discussion is external is a mirror of internal is because I hate to admit it, bro, but I am human and I fall short and I make mistakes and I fall off my routines. I haven't really been going to the gym. I haven't been getting my runs in. I haven't been sleeping properly. I haven't had a good sleep routine, like sleeping at a normal time and then waking up at a regular time. I don't have a lot of meaningful friendships around me in the current phase and where I live right now. So being away from friends and family, my work has a lot of uncertainty where I don't know like where certain projects are headed, how that's going to play out, what am I going to do after I graduate with my PhD. Then comes the uncertainty in my current relationship. And really I say all these things, but truly this is just an exemplification of how when different aspects of your life seem to be uncertain or seem to be out of place, it's mostly just a reflection of what's coming from inside. And to me, all of this is just pointing to that I need to tune within. Like instead of trying to enact changes in this material world instantly, I need to take some time and I need to delve into my inner self and inner being. And this also connects to the content creation and making videos part because this process is not easy, and this process is something that can take time, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. It's really a lifelong process, but driving learnings, it's not slow, or sorry, it's not quick, it's not instant, it's not fast. So you can't keep making continuous videos about the same topic. I mean, you can. It's just like the quality of it is kind of like ass, in my opinion. That's my perception. So coming back to all of these external things being out of balance is simply an indication that my internal is out of balance and that I need to tune within. But what does that really look like in practice? Because that's the question that I battle with the most. Okay, I was just writing a couple of things down because that question made me think of some more things. And that wasn't a question I was thinking of before I speaking out loud. Hence, this is literally like another example of why I record these videos, bro. Anyways, another thing I wanted to mention that really hit me yesterday, and another example of why recording these videos is awesome, is because I saw a video by Chris Bumstead. If you don't know him, he's a bodybuilder, several times Mr. Olympia, and it doesn't really matter what he does. Really, the things that I've learned from it is the ethic of hard work and following through on your commitments, your goals, even when you don't feel like it, and especially when you don't have like a certain goal that you want to achieve, but you're disciplined for the sake of just being disciplined in your life, in your everyday life. And I'm not saying that I haven't learned these things from other people and practiced it myself too, like I have, but randomly yesterday I just clicked on his video, even though I haven't watched his videos in months, maybe like a year or more, if that. And that's because I've been stepping away a lot from consuming self-help content, self-improvement content. That's a whole other story of why. But he said something in yesterday's video that really just stuck with me and was so on point with how I was feeling, and it put it into words way better than I could have in that moment. And it was something along the lines of how sometimes your life changes slowly, and there's these minor things that you stop doing that are your good habits. For instance, you're like, oh yeah, I know I can go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, so if I skip 1 or 2 workouts this week, it's totally okay. Oh, I've been running 3 times a week, if I skip once, it's totally okay, I'm still gonna be on track. Oh yeah, it's okay, I don't have anything to wake up for right now, my work is okay, like I can sleep in, I can stay up late watching YouTube videos, it's okay. And these are all things that I say to myself. So this is me really just opening up and letting you into my personal headspace. And he said that it happens. You become this shadow of a man that you once used to be. And it happens so slowly. It happens so slowly that you don't even recognize it. But then you're too in deep and you're like, wow, like, what am I doing? Who am I? Is this really how I want to live life? And that really clicked because of the fact that I'm literally feeling that way. I'm looking back at 2 years ago me, 3 years ago me, and I'm like, wow, dude, if that guy saw me today snoozing my alarm for an hour and not getting out of bed, he would laugh and he would be like, damn, bro, like you can't even do that. Like that's such a small thing. And it's disheartening and it's saddening, but it's also a thing of my own free will and my own doing. Like there's no thing to blame at this. And even myself, I don't think like blame game is not really the thing to do here. It's more about how are we going to move forward from this point on. And that brings us back to the question of what does tune within, what does listening to yourself really look like in practice. It's making more time for solitude. It's making time for your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, which means no no phone, or having less screen time, having time without the screen completely, getting good physical activity in, so you're making sure that your energy levels are good, and overall on the spiritual side of things, with physical movement, you're moving any energy blockages that are present throughout your body. Overall, just saying that don't avoid your feelings, your emotions, reflect on them. First, feel it, recognize it, name it, label it, whatever you need to do. Then start digging into, okay, like what are the triggers for these things? Where are these really stemming from? What are the self limiting beliefs that they are trying to disguise by giving me this thought or this emotion? because we're trying to get to the depth, we're trying to get into the roots of things rather than just addressing the symptoms. And that brings us to the next point of the mindset shift of reminding yourself that the purpose is you. The purpose is not trying to attain something in this material world, whether that be a certain job, a certain relationship, certain physique, whatever. It literally doesn't matter, because all of these things are gonna change regardless of who you are, what you do. There's just no way that these things are gonna stay constant throughout your life, which is why the purpose is never these external things, but it's to use these things to and utilize the learnings you get from it to dig deep within yourself, to find a new and higher self that is already within you and it just needs space to get out. That is the purpose. And that purpose never leaves us. That's why you can change your hobbies, you can change your jobs, you can change your passion, you can change your relationship. But until that change comes internally, the external stuff it's still gonna keep bothering you, bro. Like, that's just how it is. Lastly, or it doesn't have to be last, but small changes over the course of time. Just like how it took time and small changes for you to get here to this point where you're falling off your routines, to get back to those routines, it's going to take small changes each day. It's not going to be drastic, and it's not meant to be drastic. Long lasting change almost never comes from drastic changes. It comes from consistency that is built with small changes over the course of time. So remain patient, don't avoid your feelings, come back to yourself each day for at least some time through journaling, meditation, spending time with yourself where you're not surrounded by a piece of technology, whether that be your work laptop or your phone, and really just holding space for whatever comes up for you. Okay, we're 12 minutes in, and I think this is a really good spot to wrap up the video. If you've been feeling, if you clicked, honestly, like if anything in this video made you think of an aspect or part of your life that you want to work on, you want to improve, I hope you take the steps to actually do that. And if you feel compelled, feel free to share your story in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will try to... I'm gonna record a few more videos at some point. I have a backlog of things in my journal, but if it doesn't feel right, I'm not going to. So whenever I see you, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, love you, and please, 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 make time for yourself. Bye.